Just look at it. It's like a massive disco, isn't it? It's so cool. Hello everybody, welcome to Chaz Draycott Media and welcome to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Today we're doing a bit of a unique flight here on VATSIM. We're back over on VATSIM in the United States, as you can tell by this wonderful livery. This is November 417 Uniform Alpha, the United Airbus A320 on IAE engines, and we're here at Duluth International Airport, KDLH, as part of another charter. Thank you very much to Lyle Headley. Lyle has chartered 2 flights so far. This is the second one, and he did the first ever charter that I did on my channel way back in the middle of 2024, so thank you once again, Lyle. I've just realised I'm massively out of focus. Sorry, Lyle. But due to the time difference between the US and here, unfortunately this is going to be a little bit of a barren flight when it comes to VATSIM today. It's going to be very quiet. I learned about this last night, this little option here, which tells you about online traffic in the Navigraph charts. We're here on the ground at Duluth, like I say. We're going to be taking off runway 27 today, so we're not going to have much of a taxi out. And I spoke to a few friends in the United States last night about departures in the US, and apparently it's very often that they'll just get a heading and then have a direct to. You can see a flight there actually. Sam is going from Chicago to Minneapolis, I think, is that? Yeah, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Anyway, it's funny he's going from Chicago actually, because we're going to Chicago today, as you can see. We're going to go all this way out and then we're going to come back in and get onto runway 10 center. 10 center? Eh? That's apparently... oh, it's that way. Okay, so we've got a bit of a task on our hands here, actually, by the look of it. Oh, God, we're going all the way down here. Do we go on the Maddie 7? To go all that way, to go back around, and then that way, in on 10 centre. That doesn't seem right. It looks to me like that one will be the better route to go down. Even then, that takes us round this way. Well, the arriving runway is 10 centre, so we have to adhere to that. The approach, ILS 10 centre, yeah, we'll do that. Via Gibbons, add that to the route. What? You lot are so weird over there. Is it the case that I would go Maddie straight to Gibbons and then in, or what? I don't know. Either way, we're in this gorgeous Airbus A320. It's the first time flying the Phoenix on my new PC, so I've had to set up my cameras and everything. Going to be using my usual VATSIM scratchpad that you can download from a link in the description, and I'm also using a checklist that I got off FlightSim.to. This is one for the Airbus A320neo, but it still works with the usual Phoenix A320. We're going to get GSX going today, and hopefully you'll be able to hear GSX's audio. This is just some free Duluth scenery that I nabbed off FlightSim.to recently. It's not the best. The jetways are a little bit all over the place. Look, this one just sort of connects to this concrete brick thing here. It's not the best, but it's a very small airport for international flights like this, so it's not the busiest and it's hard to find decent scenery for it either way. But we're here on the ground, we've got GSX going, and we're going to get boarding requested. Hopefully you can hear that today, because I've got all of my desktop audio basically combined on one output. So you should be able to hear everything. Up top we've got the external power on. We need to put the battery switches on. Need to actually do those. Crew oxygen supply. Ideas nav left, right and centre. Let's do some fire tests. Cool. APU. Nice. Nice. Okay, we'll put the outer pumps on for now. We'll put the no smoking signs to auto. Arm the emergency exits. Strobe goes to auto. We'll put a nav and logo light on as well, shall we? Cool, we'll stay on the external power for as long as we need to. Screens and everything look a little bit dark in here, but I think that's just down to the auto exposure. And we're not going to attach the pushback tug just yet. Okay, so we need to go down the list here on the checklist and just check everything. We need to get our sim brief data off here, which I didn't think we did in time. Oh. Okay, I was going to say, there's a difference in the fact that the QNH is not in HPA, it's in INUG, whatever that is. 24 minutes, we are late at the minute. We need to check the QNH, which is 30.06, it's that there, which is it atmosphere? Is that what the A stands for? 30.06 at the moment, pull that to standard for American Drew. Is it synced up? Yes it is, cool. big happy with that. In terms of departures and stuff, like I say, we don't have a departure. We'll just have an initial climb clearance, I think. SIDS, no charts available. Is there a clearance or anything? Is there like a... No, that's just an RNAV waypoint. Transition altitude's 18,000 feet. Okay, well, we're flying at flight level 370 today. Block fuel is going to be 6076, so 6.1. Because we are going to be on VATSIM, but there's nobody else about, we're just going to be squawking for 2,000. I've got the plan in as direct to Wisconsin, which I think is over Wisconsin. Init request. Oh, do I need to link up my data link? No, it's got it. Okay, cool. That is fine. Oh, is that a Discord notification or a Facebook notification? I still have Facebook open on my left-hand screen. I sent Charlotte a screenshot of the aircraft earlier just to show her that I was getting ready to fly, and yeah, I've still got it open on the right-hand side. It's our anniversary today as well, me and Charlotte. We've been together a year. How ridiculous is that? So, let's do an init and do an init request. I think we still have to put our flight number and everything in. As usual, I'm using Lyle's initials for the flight number, so it's UAL 9 Lima Hotel. 9 Lima Hotel. Cost index is 47 today. It's nice and high. Put it in the right bit, Chaz. And we are cruising at flight level 370. Init B, we'll sort that in a little bit when we get the aircraft all loaded. We're starting here. We've not got a departure or anything, but we know we're going to be on runway 27. No SID. Cool. Right then, let's see if we can get this set up, shall we? So we're going to be on ILS 10 Centre on the way in. The arrival is going to be the Maddie 7 with transition Maddie. Oh, Maddie is not in there. Oh, it's the transition is underneath, isn't it? Gibbons is next. That's not one either. Okay, well that's good, isn't it? That's really good. Is that because we can't get on the ILS from there? I'm sure that is an arrival for one of the 27s. Surely. It just seems stupid to not go this way. Why do we have to go all that way? I also know that the cargo doors are going to be waiting for us as well, because for some reason, even though you've got auto jetway and auto door, it just doesn't do it. Well, I wasn't expecting the music, I can tell you that for free. Okay, hopefully you heard that as well, because like I say, I've just got all of my audio to this headset is all coming through one channel now. I've not split it up per program like I used to, so it's a lot harder for me to separate it when I edit things, but it is what it is. With our initial climb clearance today, I really don't know what we're going to be given, so we're just going to have to go 7,000, I think. It worries me that things are so different over here, because I just don't know what to expect at all. We've got barely any waypoints on the way there. It's very straightforward. But then we go from Himgo to Gibbons, and that just, again, doesn't seem right. That's just so weird. Why would it send us that way to then go all the way over here? I'm going to go on flight radar, although it's very early in the morning. Maybe we can get an idea of what's going on. Let's have a look at... Now, they're coming in on 10 Centre. What's the story with these? So, yeah, look, they're coming down this way. That's basically the route we're doing. I'm going to change the arrival to one that comes down this way. And then from that waypoint, whatever that one is, JAXA, we're going to go to Barry. The Fight 7 transition Shiki. Yeah, 10 Centre. Yeah. Oh, do you have to pick it again? Bong from GSX, so boarding is completed. There was a way of doing this, wasn't there? Ah! Oh, God. Why do I fly in America? It's all stupid. It won't let me change from the Maddie 7. Let's go ILS that one, do that, and then that, and sort that out. Because then we can go here, arrival, 10 Centre, via the Fight 7, Shiki, put that in. God, the buttons have been weird today. And then we're going to go directly from JAXA to Barry. Yeah? So we're going to find JAXA, Motta, Cogs, Maddie, Soluka. Wow, we're cutting out a lot of waypoints, aren't we? Jesus. Not allowed, apparently. Oh, it's because there's a manual above it. Yeah. Get rid of Kyla. Get rid of Cooper. Oh no, they're the ones on the way in, aren't they? Oh, I'm going to lose my brain. Okay. Have you pieced that together now, plane? So it goes Jaxter, Berry, and then in. Yeah? Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, we don't want to go to whatever that is. Is that Foghorn or whatever it is? Yeah, look, then Shicky. So we'll go Whisk and Shicky. Why is it? This is so weird. Why can't you just do things like the rest of the world does? Right, so we're nowhere near that waypoint. There we go. Right, we're going to just do our own thing here. So I'm going to go to 7,000 feet. Speed, I mean, we want that to be managed by the aircraft, really, please. We've had the bong from GSX, so we can get rid of the jetway. Let's just check what else we need to do. We need to get the takeoff data. We need to load the aircraft in here as well. Do it instantly. Send it to the MCDU. Ground services, we need to close those doors. Why are you now coming back? That's because I clicked load aircraft after the jetway had already gone away. I've done that before, actually, haven't I? Go away. Please. What a morning. Sorry, Lyle. It's not your fault. It's just me being an idiot. But the way that things are different over here just makes zero sense to me. Let's get the perf in. We can actually do that on here, can't we? If we go to this, departure perf, sync the load sheet, sync the live weather, calculate 147, 147, 148, flex the temp is 66, flaps 1. Nice. Let's go to prog. It's got flight level 370 in there, which is our planned flight plan for today. Okay, we're going to get to top of climb before we get to Whisken. That's really good, isn't it? We have the time as 9:24 UTC, which it is at the moment. So that means local time here at the minute. God, how many hours behind are you? 6. So it's... No, it'll be 4:24 in the morning here. Let's get a dome light on. We can put the passenger seatbelt signs on and put the central pumps on now that we've got everybody boarded. What else do we need to do, really, this morning? Can't think of much else that we need to do. We need to put the transponder to auto, get it on TA. We are squawking 2000 already. Let's go down to the checklist. Got our takeoff data and everything set. We've got the barrow set. MCDU is all set up. Don't think there's anything else to do on there, is there? Got the flight plan, we've got the perf. Init was done, Init B is sorted. It's got 6.1 on the blocked fuel, which is correct because it's 6076. I need to connect to VATSIM. I know there's not much point with me being where I am at the time that I'm here, but I'd rather connect and, you know, need to speak to people on it and make sure. We don't want to be on 122.8 though. We want to be on... Oh my... There's no controller providing clearance delivery. Yeah, please await. Please squawk 2420. So we've been given a squawk code. I forgot about auto ATC in the States. I quite like it though, but that scared the living out of me. What I was saying was we need to go onto here. We need to go onto this and then go to info. Now there is comms. Where is CTAF? 122905 for Unicom. I think that's what it means. What we can do... Oh, to be fair, just that. Nice and easy. Okay. It keeps going to that view for some reason. I don't know why. Let's just test with broadcasting. Yes. Okay, let's do a little controls check as well, actually, because that's clearly not right, is it? I need to change my profile. Yep, they're all good. Check full reverse. Yep. Let's get the flaps. Oh, flaps aren't working. Parking brake is not working either. Okay, let's just see if we need to configure that in here. I'm sure I've flown... Hang on, I have flown the Phoenix on this PC. Flaps. Oh. It hasn't picked it up on the hardware. Let me just unplug them and replug them in. There we go. They do disconnect every so often, so I think it must have been down to that. Okay, we've got that. Parking brake. Yep, cool. Nice. All right, then. I think we are ready for pushback and departure and so on. We want the windows and doors closed. Is that front door closed? Let's just be sure. We'll get rid of the chocks and the cones. Beacon light's going to go on. I think that, to be fair, tells it that we're ready for pushback and departure. We're going to also start the APU, so we'll go to master switch and then start. I said start. Now, Chaz. Okay, so the APU is available, so we need to just get rid of those rear stairs, don't we? At the back. Oh. Has that just automatically switched over? Yeah, the external power's come out. APU bleed goes on. That was strange, wasn't it? This guy knows that we're ready for pushback now.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Cool, I hope you can hear him. Let's just check before pushback what else do we need to do. So thrust levers are in idle, parking brake, APU bleed on, external power disconnected. Engine mode goes to ignition and start in a few moments' time. Let's put perf on that screen and we'll put the flight plan on the first officer's screen. Sounds good.
Departure checks completed.
Nice.
Bypass pin inserted.
Thanks again, Lyle, for chartering this flight today. Really do appreciate it. Sorry that I've been a bit of a moody sod so far. Just happens when I fly in America. You all know that now by now. I don't think I've had a single smooth flight in America.
Duluth traffic, United Niner Lima Hotel, preparing to push back from stand 14.
Locking gear.
Okay, locking the gear, getting ready for pushback. We're going to start the engines once they begin pushing us. We're going to be facing east. To our left is going to be east, because at the moment we are facing south. You can see, look, 180, we're facing south, so we need to be going this way, which is east. We're going to go nose left, tail right.
Release parking brakes, please.
And we shall release those parking brakes.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
All engines clear, start at will. Come down here, we'll put the engine mode to ignition, and we'll start engine number 1. Okay, he's asked us to set parking brakes. Oh, I need to change that to be digital rather than a, what's it called, one? An analog one, because it rattles its bag off and it's dead annoying. Ah, where is it, man? Stand by, ISIS. There we go. You'll see what I mean now. Look, see the screen.
Disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll start engine number 2.
Left is
Blow into this tube. There is a light and whistle for attracting attention. The cabin crew can assist you with life jackets for children.
Some good noises from the IAEs, as you can hear. GSX doesn't seem to be working again. I did get a profile for this place, but it seems like it's not for me. It just never works anywhere I go. Don't know if I'm setting it up wrong or what, but it's in the Virtuali folder and all that. Everything's unzipped. I just don't get it. APU bleed off, APU master switch off. We then make sure that we set the speed brakes and the flaps. So we'll arm the speed brakes and we'll bring the flaps down to 1. Good job there. And then we just have to sort out our runway turn-offs and nose light, basically, to get going. Let's check our taxi route. It's just going to be via Alpha to runway 27. Cool. We're just going to go along here, get onto Alpha, and then Alpha 5. So we'll let everybody know, shall we?
Duluth traffic, United Niner Lima Hotel, taxiing runway 27 via Alpha.
And by everybody, I mean the nobody that's here. Parking brake is off. Let's put the nose light to taxi. I'll put the runway turn-offs on because we're quite close to the runway anyway. And we are getting moving. Thank you very much once again, Lyle, for chartering another flight today, mate. Good to be back in the US. Where is the taxi line here? Where is the taxiway? Oh, these are the lights either side of it. Right. I thought surely I can't go through them. Like I say, again, it's not pay-where scenery or anything, it's just a free scenery that I got. We're just going to turn the dome light off. There we go. Nice to be flying at night again, you know. I've not flown at night in a long time on Flight Sim. I know it may not be the prettiest flight, but I'm hoping that by the time we get over to Chicago, there might be a slight bit of daylight coming. We'll see. We'll see. 6 tons of fuel on board. Block fuel is 6076, we've got 6020.
Duluth traffic, United 9 Lima Hotel, departing runway 27.
Let's get those landing lights on. Let's get the strobe on. Those lights to take off so we can see. Landing lights are out and are on. We are flap swam, we're good to go. Runway 27 should be confirmed any moment now. Let's get away from this threshold, shall we? Look at that, what a lovely sight. We'll roll down the runway a little bit, confirm 27, now that we're on at this threshold. Oh, hello. We need to set our auto
Hi,
brakes to
Captain.
max
The
as well.
cabin is now secure for takeoff.
Yep, takeoff config test as well. Should have done all that already. She's checked all that for us though, that's nice, thank you very much. Okay, does that say 2.7? Yes it does, 2.7 confirmed, let's go. Up to 50%. They make some great noises, these, just have a listen. Here we go. Oh man, Flex 66. SRS runway auto thrust is blue. What a great racket. Moving around a little bit. 90 knots. Whoa, moving around a lot. It's a very rough and bumpy runway here. Quite high V1 speed today. On 30. 40. V1. Rotate. Rotate, Chaz. Whoa, up you get, pig. Positive rate of climb. You're up. Not a huge amount to see out the window, but still some pretty lights. Let's have a look at this screen, shall we, and fly to this. He says, taking his hands off the controls. What a great racket that's making. Listen to the buzzsaw of the IAEs. Great stuff. I like this VOR display down here, by the way. I don't think that's something I usually have on. Okay, we can sound the ground spoilers. God, listen to that. Lever all going to climb. Hasn't really powered down or anything. We're supposed to be turning left because I've been looking at the other stuff. Whoopsie daisels. Sorry. A little bit wide of the mark there. Lost a little bit of speed, but we're staying in flat 1. Nose light and all that needs to come down. Strobe stays on. It's runway turn-offs that come off. Nose light off. Landing lights. Bit of a ropey departure by any standard. Cool though, that. Really cool. We're reaching S speed shortly. I'm not going to take the flaps up just yet. Oh, a little bit harsh on correcting that. Now we need to straighten up. God, we're all over the joint here, Chaz. Okay, flaps to S. Autopilot in. I've just pressed the wrong button to do that, I know, but autopilot's in. And we're going to go direct to Wisconsin, and we're going to get up to flight level 370, straight up to our cruising altitude today. Let's just do our quick after takeoff checklist. Terrain on ND, we're going to put that on because why not? May as well. We did everything that we needed to do though. We just need to make sure now that all the lights are correct. So we've got nose light is off, yep, strobe light, yeah, is on. Beacon, runway turn-offs are off. Cool. Okay, we'll go through a bit of cloud now, but I'll give you some beauty shots while we can at least see something. Back up into the cockpit, and why don't we go ahead and turn some of those cabin lights off, shall we? Turn those cabin lights off and then see what it's like now. Pretty eerie actually, isn't it? Can't see a thing, it's just pitch black. Oh, you can cycle them. Let's put them on 25, shall we? There you go, at least now it's not completely pitch black. There's a little bit of illumination back here in the cabin. A little bit empty though, isn't it? Still, there is the beacon light lighting up the wing out the window somewhere. There you go. Look at that. Okay, straight up to 37,000 feet today. I'm not overly confident in how things are going to go on the arrival, but we're going to do a direct to, and we're going to sort all that out. We'll have a look at where the top of descent and things will be, because in the Airbus it actually gives you all of that. 10:15 in terms of Zulu, so in about half an hour the top of descent. Let's just see what the mileage is like from the top of descent until the airport. So 8 miles, 25, so what's that? 33, 55, good 90 odd miles, 100 miles to Barry, then 1 mile to decel. Okay, so yeah, we've got a good bit of distance between the top of descent and the airport. Drew's maths was always, I think, triple your altitude, obviously into the thousands. So if we're doing 37,000 feet, times it by 3, you're doing what, 101 miles? No, it's 111 miles, and then plus 5. So 116 miles. We know that we've got about that in there. We're going to go into standard pressure just now. We should have gone into that a while ago, but it didn't tell us to. I didn't set the chrono because I'm a genius, but it's fine. We're cruising through the night sky here in our United A320. Turn those lights off, turn the passenger seatbelt signs off as well. Thanks once again to Lyle for chartering this one today. Good to be doing a bit of night flying here in the States, and hopefully we'll be chasing a bit of a sunrise by the time that we get there. Our planned arrival time is 10:42, so in an hour. And currently, what time would it be now? 4:42 we should get there, just before 5, so we might get a little bit of sunrise out of it with these current summery conditions. Although it is officially the end of summer now, so I'll shut up. I appreciate the beauty shots don't have much beauty about them tonight. I know it's very, very dark, so hopefully I can give you some nice views of the instruments and stuff in the cab at least. Let's have a little look at what the CTAF is going to be at the other end, shall we? We go to the charts for Chicago. Let's have a look at the CTAF if there is anything like that there. Ground, Unicom, 122905. Okay, so we stay on the same frequency that we're on now, which is good to know. It's now saying not used for 10 center. Okay, arrival is 28 center. So that makes a lot more sense for me now. So now we're going in the other direction. Okay, I can deal with that, because that means that we can do 28 center. Yep. Where's the airport? To runway 28 center. Fight 7. Where's this Fight 7 thing? Here. Fight 7 goes below it to the south and then around and in. And then if we have ILS runway 28 center by final. Yeah, cool. We can do that. So we just turn. Why are you both on there? Oh my good god. Why does it keep adding them? It just keeps adding more and more. Let's auto-route it. Does that work? Why haven't we done that one? Oh my god. So what we're going to do now is change this to Chicago ILS 28 center via the Maddie 7 Zandy. Insert that. Top of descent, manual, yeah, that's fine. Then we go to Vogler. Where's Vogler? Let's have a look. Go to plan. Yeah, so Tony has us going in a straight line. Then we get into Vogler and we turn back on ourselves. Let me just check that on here. Tony. Then we want to just go to Hazel. Clear all these lot. Me more. There you go. Tony to Hazel. Okay. Oh god. Why is it never just straightforward over here? Why can't it just line up? I just. Ugh. Okay, and there we go. We are now at our cruising altitude. We've got Mach Alt. It should be Mach Alt Cruise in a moment. There we go, Mach Alt Cruise. I've remembered what this was, by the way. ETP, equal time point. So it's basically the midpoint of the flight. It's the very middle when you're the same time distance away from where your destination as your origin, basically. We're getting to Wisconsin soon. It's over there. And we're going to be turning right in just a moment's time. So I'm excited to see what the rest of the flight has in store for us. Just having a quick check of everything up here. We've got seatbelt signs off, emergency exits are armed, smoking signs are on auto, all of our lights are on the correct things. Yeah, feeling good at the moment. All we have to do when we get closer to is obviously do the landing lights and so on. We have to prepare for our descent in a little bit. Let's just see when our top of descent is. Top of descent, 178 miles, 10:22 UTC, so in about 20 minutes time. I need a new drink because this one's getting pretty empty, and I'm going to get myself a little snack, and we'll be back very soon. to turn the cabin lights off again just to see if there's anything that we can see back there. No, there really isn't. I'm sorry. I know that we're making our right turn now, though, here at Wiscombe. So then we're going to be a long way to our next waypoint, aren't we? It's quite a distance. 158 miles now towards Zandi. Right then, Chicago is now on RND. We are just over 40 miles away from the top of descent. So I'm going to start getting everything... I just pressed a button. I'm going to start getting everything prepared. It says there, look, enter destination data. So we're going to go to Perth and we're going to go to approach. I'm going to check the QNH down there at Chicago. Get the arrival, refresh that. It's currently 3011, so we need to pop that in there as 3011. Can we just do it like that? Nice, thank you. Airbus. We need to get the temp. It is 16 over 13. Winds are 320 at 3. 320 at 3, so nice calm winds today. 16 degrees. That was right, wasn't it? Yeah, 16 degrees, cool. Okay, we need to get the minimums and stuff from the charts. Let's head over to this. What are we intercepting the ILS at today? 2,300 feet. That's quite a step down, isn't it? Bit by bit. Minimums on the ILS today are 851, so let's get those in down here. 851, and oop. Cool, we're going to go full config. VAP is 138 today, and that is all set up and settled. We've actually got some scenery around us here. There is some actual lights and things, so at least we've got something to look at. And look, beautiful rainbowy sight over the left hand side there as the sun begins to rise. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? Fantastic. Okay, so we're going to be getting ready to descend very soon. Let's actually have a look at the arrival, considering that we do have one. We should have been all the way up there, but that's fine, we haven't been. What sort of altitude do we need to be at Zandi? Does it say even on here? Do we just go straight down to 2,300? Also, transition altitude is 180. I said that earlier on in the episode and then forgot. Well, we need to actually put landing system on. 108905 it's tuned in, just behind my head. Let's see if that's right, 108905, cool. Okay, I think we go straight for the 2,300. Why did the plane suddenly go up and then down again? 2,300, please, Chief. Go all the way down. Let's go to 3,000, then change it to that and go down, just in case. And we're going to pull for an open descent very soon. We're in standard pressure. Everything's all good. We're going to put the seatbelt signs on because we're going to be descending shortly. Everyone sit down. Sit down, shut up. What is the distance to top of descent? It's 7 miles. May as well do it now. Let's pull it. For an open descent, throttle has gone to idle. We are now in open descent mode. As you see, the throttles are winding down completely. We're turning right now at Zandi on the way in. Straight away below profile. Good news, we'll keep an eye on that and see how it goes. Back up into the cockpit we go, and you can see here we are still below profile, which is good news. That's what I want to keep my eye on mainly, is just to make sure that we don't go below that, or above that I should say. Let's move over to here and have a look. We want to get the pressure into 3011 very soon. Let's just pop it in, and then back out to standard. Oh, I changed it to the wrong thing. Can't see if that says pull standard which way up. That way. I don't know if you'll be able to see that in the video, but trust me, that's the right way up now. Cool, we are really diving down, 3,500 feet a minute. We're in some pretty hefty speeds. But that's okay, I don't mind that too much, to be honest with you. As long as we're descending, it's all good. There is an aircraft ahead of us, which is American 738. Let me show you. They're just here, look. We're currently here according to VATSIM, but we're here. They're just ahead of us down there. I don't think there's much else. They're coming in from Denver, and then they're going past Chicago obviously here, but we're going to come all this way and then in. Don't know where they're going though, because yeah, they're going down that way, so they've sort of joined this path in front of us. They've also, oh, he's done a bit of a circuit. We're going to be going down and past it and round, so there's going to be a lot of time for us to sort of join up with everybody. Oh, Ambo Mandan, they are friends, or Ambo Mandan probably. We're still 74 miles from the airport, so still a big old distance. We're down at Maddie now. I think the profile is starting to catch up with us a little bit, based on where that green circle is. The aircraft might shallow out soon to drop the speed. Still doing 450 knots ground speed though, so we are screaming across all of this. Chicago is just over this way. I said it's over there, but it's here, isn't it? There is Chicago. Look at that. How cool. There's an aircraft just ahead of us there. I think, are they on approach? Ah, no, I think they're turning to go in the same direction as us. We'll see. Either way, there is Chicago O'Hare. What a Goliath of an airport. I do want to try and pick a stand, actually, for when we get in. The aircraft's doing a good job on the descent. Yeah, look, he's going in on 10 centre. You're on the wrong runway, Joe. Wrong runway, Joe. 13 minutes. What's ours? What's our estimated time until we get there? 10:40. We need to come out of standard pressure. Oh, about 12 minutes. Well, we'll try and figure that out. Overflying Chicago. How cool is that? There's Joe. He's landing 10 centre, so he's committed, is our Joe. Let's pick that stand, shall we? So we're coming in on 28 centre. We've got a long old taxi in. Where do United park? This is where I ask Google Maps. Look at it. So that's American. Is it this side? Yeah, United. Okay, cool. So we'll go on this side here, Terminal 1 and Concourse C. Well, we were at gate 14 on the way out, weren't we? So let's go 14 on the way in, shall we? B14. Let me get that on my notepad down here. Oh, we've knocked it over. Okay, we are now parallel to the airfield. There it is, just behind us. Let's let everybody know.
Chicago traffic, United 9 Lima Hotel, 35 miles to go, hoping to get onto the ILS for 28 centre in a couple of minutes' time.
Okay, we need to get the aircraft in managed descent because we are way too hot. We need to get to like 220 knots here. I've let it go a bit too far on that open descent. Let's get some speed brakes in, get the aircraft slowing down. We need to be below 250 as well for when we get below 10,000 feet. Okay, seatbelt signs. We're going to put the landing lights on at this point as well, just get them all sorted so we're nice and lit up. Beautiful sunrise over the Atlantic there. Well, it's not over the Atlantic really, is it? There's a lot of America still to go in that direction. Here is Chicago. Lights on lights on lights. Okay, we'll be making a turn shortly. I'm going to remain on this heading, so I'm going to do that. And tell the aircraft to go to 2,300 feet still. It's still descending, so it's in open descent. That's fine. We're at 1,900 feet a minute down. We're going to go flap 1. We're going to stay in a straight line here at Tony until we need to turn back, basically. We're above this profile, so we want to catch up with it, really. We'll ask it for vertical speed, 2,000 feet a minute down. The aircraft should be able to manage that. Not heard anything else from anybody on VATSIM or anything yet. Cross FGHRN at and maintain flight level 230. Whoops, I missed that. Downwind for runway 28 centre. 10 miles to go. I don't like using the text thing, but it seems like people don't often speak on VATSIM at the moment. I don't know what it is, but there's a distinct lack of people talking on VATSIM lately, and it really bothers me. We'll say the same thing again though, shall we? Let's just read it out.
Chicago traffic, United 9 Lima Hotel, downwind for runway 28 centre, around 20 miles left to go.
There's the approach diamond, the all-important diamond. We're going to go past that because that's basically there, so once we get past this laterally we should be below it, which is nice. Hate the word nice, but you know what I mean. So it now no longer knows what the profile is, because obviously we're off everything. So we need to go direct to now. We need to go direct to Hazel, and the aircraft will turn. We are now below. We're going to do...
Hi, Captain.
Oh.
The cabin is now secure for landing.
Jesus! We've still got speed brakes in. The engines are on idle and we are descending well. We are below profile. All is good. Okie dokie then. Let's bring that speed down a little bit. Actually, let's keep it at 220. We need to be above 4,000 at Hazel, so not a huge amount of descending left to go there. There are all the many runways here at Chicago. Jesus Christ. We aim for that one. Okay, how many miles? 16.
Chicago traffic, United 9er Lima Hotel. Runway 28 centre on the ILS now with 15 miles to run. Chicago.
Again, not a single word from anybody so far. Unicom 122905. We're on 122905. Let's go down to 180 knots then. The aircraft slowed down at this stage. It's on idle anyway, it's just floating in. We're going to set the auto brakes to low. How does it say ignition? Not got the ignition on anything. Okay, it's got altitude and localizer. We'll get glide slope soon. We're just about to go past 200 knots, so flaps 2. It's got the altitude constraint, it's got the descent for the glide slope ready. Nice. Okay, we'll remain flap 2 for a little bit. It's going to hold us at 180 knots. Feeling good. Okay, we're going to arm the speed brakes. Let's get our landing prep list ready. Speed brakes are armed, landing gear will be down soon, flaps are going to be set. Auto brakes are on. Nice. It's been very sudden, this arrival into Chicago, hasn't it? Look at all this. Just look at it. It's like a massive disco, isn't it? It's so cool.
Chicago traffic, United 9er Lima Hotel. 10 miles to run, runway 28 centre.
Okay, we'll go into managed. We'll go flaps all the way down. Flaps full, it might beep at me for a moment, and let's put the gear down. Okay, we're at our managed speed now. I was just keeping an eye out for that A321 that I saw earlier on VATSIM, but I don't seem to see them anywhere. Look. See, he's coming in that way. He's coming in on the wrong runway. I don't get it. It's not the arrival runway. The arrival runway is 28 centre. Oh well. Is what it is. Ground spoilers are armed, everything is good to go, gear is down, flaps are full, crack him. Let's just make sure we check the cabin as well. Give him a ding dong. Look at this. So cool. Gonna get the 1000 call out in a few moments time and then we shall land puppy, shall we? Thanks again, Lyle, for chartering this. Good to see your name back on the flight charters, mate. It's good to be back over here in the States. As much as I complain about it and obviously moan that things are done differently over here, we still make it work, and at the end of the day it keeps things spicy for me, keeps things interesting with all these different flights and stuff that I have to do. Okay, any moment now.
1,000.
There it is. Autopilot is out. I'll click that too early. Okay, let's fly to the screen for a moment. Let's not rock the boat too much. Just make sure I don't drop below the glide slope. I have a habit of doing that. There's barely any wind at the moment. We've actually got a 2-knot tailwind, which surprises me. Although now it's changing direction. Interesting. 500 feet.
500.
A little bit over to the left. 3 red on the Pappies. Despite being bang on the money on the PFD. There we go. 2 white, 2 red. Probably get to 3 white in a minute. Okay. Committing.
Minimum.
Continue.
100.
Nice. This feels good.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
A little bit late on the touchdown zone. Oh, God, we bellied that. Reverse idle, and let's go full reverse. Get stopped, piggy. We're not making this taxiway. We'll hopefully make the next one. Yep. Reverse is stowed, manual braking. Auto brake off is what the A320 Neo would usually say. There's the aircraft arriving in the wrong direction according to sim brief, or the Navigraph charts anyway. At the end of the day, that guy's not said a single word on Unicom, so that's not my problem.
Chicago traffic, United 9 Lima Hotel, vacate runway 28 center.
Okay, parking brake goes on then. After landing checklist is the speed brakes get disarmed. The engine mode goes to normal, it never came out of that. Flaps get retracted, bring them up. We'll put the dome light on, just so you can see a little bit of what I'm doing in here. And then the predictor wind shear comes off, we put that to TA. APU master switch and start switch come on. Get the APU started. Get the taxi light on, put the runway turn-offs on as well. Landing lights will come off in a minute when we've crossed the runway. We need to figure out our taxi route into our stand, and we are going to be going... Ooh. Let's go... I'm going to write this down. Delta Delta November Delta Delta November Uniform Bravo Sierra, and then taxi lane B. Yeah? Where have we vacated? We vacated at Papa 1.
Chicago traffic, United 9 Lima Hotel, taxiing stand Bravo 14 by Delta Delta November Uniform.
Welcome to Chicago, everybody. Delta Delta is just on this right hand side here. I wonder where the... Oh. Ah, has that aircraft now realised their issue? It looks to me like they've turned away. On Volanta it looks like they've changed direction. I'll show you in just a moment because we need to cross 28 right.
Chicago traffic, United 9 Lima Hotel, crossing 28 right.
Did I put the nose lights taxi? I did, didn't I? Just the landing lights are a lot brighter than it. Here we are crossing the runway. There's the Chicago Tower. Some aircraft about, but again, nobody really saying anything at all. November. Where is November? This is not November. Oh, that was November. Okay. Never mind, we've gone one too far. We'll put the landing lights off now because we don't need them because we're no longer on a runway. I just want to definitely check the CTAF, as it's called. Someone says if there's a real CTAF, use CTAF. If there isn't, stick with 122.8. So I wonder whether we should have done that. There's an aircraft over that way. I think they've gone, yeah, they've aborted their approach. Or no, they are using 10 centre. 28 centre. That's the runway I came in on. I'll show you. Let me just straighten up here and I'll show you. So you can see, look, they've gone up this way to join it, and then they've gone around like that. Have they gained height again? I think, no, they are still descending. Okay. I just read their route wrong, basically. Let me just see. Chicago O'Hare CTAF. I'm trying to do too many things at once. No, we need to go like round here, this way. So it's our next left. It says 122.8. Let me just make sure. We'll do a little radio check just to see if they can hear me.
Chicago traffic, radio check please.
No? Nothing. Oh well. We're going left here. And then we're going left again here. Is that an old TWA livery? Oh, look at that. That's cool. It's the retro American TWA livery, I think. Ah! got this big old chicane to do here. Let's go back onto 122.905 because that's what I saw on the Navigraph charts. Then we find our way around Alpha. I can't remember which Chicago I ended up getting. I think it's just an upgrade for the Asobo one, or it's the FSDT one, which are the people that do GSX. So we're on uniform all the way around here. And then we make this tight turn here to go up to taxi lane B. We need to get GSX started actually. So we are going to be, it's Terminal 1, not Concourse C. We are B14, aren't we? Nice. Is that taxi lane B? Yes. We should be able to see, I think some of that stuff's ours down there at B14. Just let the aircraft taxi at its own speed now in a straight line. If it can hold a straight line. B14 is quite far down, but something tells me it's where those stairs are. Yeah, there's some people waiting there, look. Okay, cool, we are taxiing very quickly here, we need to chill out a little bit. Taxi light off, runway turn-offs come off. And we're going to turn it in to Bravo 14 in just a sec. Let's do this. Look at that lovely sunrise in the background there. Here's Bravo 14. Hello. Okay. It really has a habit of accelerating quickly on the ground, this thing. Look at it, it's flying. Just chill out, plane. God. It's rapid on the ground on these IAEs. Seems like their idle power is really quite high. Oh, I've come to a stop well too early. Come on, crawl. 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 Oh, he's nailed it. Oh, you sod. Okay, parking brake is on. Let's go up top and put the APU bleed on. Make sure that's all sorted. That's the wrong clipboard. Nose light is off, runway turn-offs are already off, APU bleed comes on, and then it's the engines. So we come down here, engine 2, and then 1. Okay, now the engines are shutting off. I need to still get the correct clipboard. We put the seatbelt signs off, and then everyone can get deboarding. Beacon light comes off as well, and then all of the fuel pumps come off with it. Beautiful. Smash it. And that's us, everybody. That's us on the ground here at Chicago in the United States. My first time flying into Chicago, and it was certainly an easy arrival, but just getting my head around the lack of departures and the way the arrivals link up and everything took a bit much out of my brain. But still, I hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you once again, Lyle Headley, for chartering today. I'm still a bit miffed that nobody really says anything on VATSIM these days, but yeah, we'll see. We'll get around it. I like to be a bit chatty and get on the radio about stuff, because that's part of the immersion for me. Still, hope you've enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.